slick racetrack, being able to find where the grip is, you can expect both Dave Bailey and Ryan Dinning to really be good in these race conditions. And then there's a number of wild card type drivers.
Well, I'll jump in here, Adam, because I spent 15 years calling the Niagara region at Merrittville and Humberstone. Sargent, multi-time champion, multi-time feature winner. The ex of Billy Bleach Jr., dominant down at Humberstone and Ransomville the past few years. At the back a bit further, you got the Fonz, Jason Fontaine, a multi-time winner at Humberstone in the 1J, and a whole host of others here who can get it done. Jim Lampman picked up the win on Saturday night in the number 28 down at Merrittville. And how about Derek Lemaire in the Burger Barn 56 was finally able to unseat these guys for the first time in a year on Friday night. Burger Barn night here, you can bet Derek's going to be up on the wheel. Greg, give us the call as we get ready to go.
Race fans, stand on your feet. They are 4 wide to salute you. The race fans, do them a favor, salute them back, give them a wave, give them a round of applause. 24 Thunderstocks here to get it on. And Clinton Jeffrey, if you're not busy, how would you like to call this one with me?
We're going to practice for the Sportsman tomorrow. What an amazing sight it is, ladies and gentlemen. Their only chance to go 4 wide as they bring it around here, getting ready to roll for 50 big laps for a big race. And Adam, we talked about how the points shake out for the Duel on the Dirt series. It's a points race spread out across 4 racetracks. How it works: this is the first of 4 combined races, 1 at each track, and then each driver has declared a home track, and on those nights, those points nights will be added. So you got the 4 combined races and your 2 home track nights with whatever track they registered for. Going to be a wild
later this year, but we're about to get it on for 50 laps of Thunderstock action. Kyle McKenzie with the dual green flags in the air. We're underway in the Brock Leonard Memorial.
Well, 50 laps, we get set to go. Off into 1, it'll be Dave Bailey. But quickly on the move on the bottom is that number 8 of Ryan Dinning. And Deliverance on the top side. He don't look like he needs a motor. He's got lots of power in that 40 right now.
You know, I didn't give a lot of talk to Deliverance, but he's been looking better in recent weeks. And as we talk about the dominance of Dave Bailey, he has lost the lead to Ryan Dinning in the number 8.
Well, the other thing about Jay Deliverance, he's been running a late model at Humberstone this year, and track conditions are probably very similar to that. And look at Bailey fading back on the outside. You don't see that too often.
Frank Turkey charges up the middle in that black number 71 Monte Carlo. How beautiful is that?
And Bailey, is he playing a bit of possum here, Adam, or got a different setup in that maybe not coming to him yet? As they're 3 wide with Bleach and Beagle, and up the middle, it's the 49 of Bailey on the outside.
And who knows where Dave Bailey is with tire pressure. 50 laps is a long, long race on a wide, slick track. So right now, Ryan Dinning is quick in that 8 machine, but there's a lot of racing yet to go. Deliverance doing a great job in that green machine, working the middle of the track. Here comes Frank Turkey looking to the outside.
Working to the bottom, it's the number 8 of Dinning with the lead here over Jay Deliverance and Frank Turkey as they work top 3. Working down the front straightaway, it's the 25 of Sargent.
Ken Sargent in that black and yellow Camaros are a little bit sideways deeper in the pack. Derek Lemaire in the 56 just to the inside of the 49 of Dave Bailey, and Jim Lampman in that orange 28. He'll work the bottom of the racetrack, working his way towards the top 5.
Working here through the middle of turn 1. Dinning to the bottom. Turkey now going to the outside of the Deliverance 40. Cannot quite grab the power he needs there, and they'll rock it down the back straightaway.
Wow, and Dave Bailey falling back even further. Dave Small's gotten around in the 7 machine. Here goes Doug Anderson to the bottom in the 72.
Deliverance still holding off Frank Turkey Jr. through the middle of turns 1 and 2. Sargent working down on the rail. Keep your eye on the X of Billy Bleach Jr.
Dave Bailey getting down to the inside of the racetrack in that 49, but up front, Ryan Dinning working the bottom, but he has not opened any ground over Deliverance and Frank Turkey. They battle 2nd and 3rd. Ryan Beagle in the 84 hanging on to 4th.
Dave Bailey going backwards. Freight train. Now he drops to the bottom to try and give a shot at the basement line here off of turn number 2. Something's got to be wrong with that Window Works 49.
We'll keep an eye on that race car, but how about Frank Turkey in the black number 71? He's worked his way into the second position.
Liverance still holding tough on the inside, but it's been all Ryan Dinning right now in the Club 54 tobacco machine. Had a big problem here Friday night. Broke the upper ball joint and suspension on the front end of that car. It handles like a dream here tonight, and Frank Turkey showing some power we haven't seen of that car all year.
No, he was at Grisdale Racing Products, bought a couple of fan belts this afternoon, but as we say that, problems on the 71, it did not get around 1 and 2 very well at all.
Wow, I got the announcer's curse to all these guys. Who don't you like, Adam? We'll start talking about them.
Oh, we can't be doing that, but did you see the big fireball come out of the exhaust of the 71 of Frank Turkey?
He's dead in the water.
He lifted off the throttle, a big fireball comes out. Dave Bailey just missed the 71 machine. We've got Vince Fargnoli spun around in 1 and 2. And Clint, I would be surprised if Dave Bailey does not pull into the pits.
You would think he's got the crew to make the adjustments and the knowledge and the veteran experience to make it happen. We'll see if Bailey does go. He's certainly got the time here. We still have 40 laps.
One more time around.
You know, Adam, you and I were announcers here. Well, I'm in my 20th year here. Let's talk about how we saw this division grow quickly from 6 or 7 cars. We sat at the dinner table with Glenn and Tina, figured out, and Glenn Hills, of course, too, and figured out what we were going to do. Now to have 40-plus cars on most nights is pretty darn cool.
It's unbelievable, and the quality of the racing is great, and the fun these teams have in the pits is great. Sure, there's some hard feelings once in a while, but these guys have a blast every Friday night. Back under green, 40 laps to go in the Brock Leonard Memorial.
Kyle McKenzie drops the red go, and here we are on it on the inside. Look at Bleach down low, trying to get here underneath the Beagle 84 RK, who's got a good run going in 4th right now.
Liverance to the outside to battle Ryan Dinning for the lead. Bill Bleach and Ryan Beagle. Now 2 members of a 3-wide battle as Rob Hoskins comes back onto the racetrack after pitting for some attention on the 37.
We told you to watch Billy Bleach Jr. in the X car. Dominant down at Ransomville last season. He has experience here. Won his fair share of feature wins here at the Big O in the past. And look at Bailey back up to the attic, trying to take it around the roof side.
Yeah, Dave Bailey is running in a line that nobody else is. When you can go to the outside of Derek Lemaire, you know your way to the outside of the racetrack.
Well, the other thing, at the end of the straightaways, watch Bailey. Everybody else turns early. He's taking it straight up. Problems at the back for Melissa Miller. Looked like the front end geometry was out, but it cleans up for her down the back straightaway. But watch Bailey, Adam, when he gets to the end of 1. He actually turns right and looks for the bite.
Oh, and Derek Lemaire slides up the racetrack just in front of the 49. They touch a little bit. I think just enough for Dave Bailey to send the message to Lemaire, hey, you better leave this lane open, as we've got one around. Blake Bomberry gets turned around in turn number 2. He'll get the car rolling once again. No need to go yellow.
Wow, that car is gorgeous. Here back into 1. Dinning now having fits with Ryan Beagle in the RK 84, and Beagle seeing his best run of the season right now.
Ryan Beagle has a podium finish to his credit this year, but still looking for that elusive victory here at Ohsweken Speedway. There's been a lot of talk on social media that this is a driver to watch.
Well, Dale Shaw and the boys helping him get things straight over there. Rolling good through the bottom here as he takes another run at Ryan Dinning.
Down the back straightaway, he's shadowing Dinning, just running 1 lane above where the 8 machine is. Look at Dave Small closing in that 7X machine.
Small has run pretty good so far this season at a couple of nights. Haven't seen too much of him. He's right up on the outside, and I think he's liking this bigger track where you can carry the momentum.
You got a little bit of room to work here. You can find your groove, and if you look around this racetrack, as a race fan, there's 33 laps to go after this one. If there was 20 cars in this race, you were seeing almost 20 different lines being utilized.
Still Ryan Dinning on the inside, and for the first time off of turn number 2. Beagle gets the lead here, and it would be a big upset if Beagle could get it done in this race here tonight.
Well, Ryan Beagle looking good, gets around the outside of Ryan Dinning, takes the lead. Ryan Dinning is not laying over. He's fought back on the bottom. So Beagle has not cleared the 8 of Ryan Dinning. In fact, didn't get through turn number 1 very well, but driving off the second turn very well, as we've got one backwards in 3 and 4.
Yeah, the 90 of Vince Fargnoli will roll it backwards around the wall. Now he finds the yellow is out, and he can just pull it into drive and pull it on out of there.
Well, with Ryan Beagle and Ryan Dinning both pinching to the bottom of the racetrack, you kind of go into that corner, not completely. I'm more impressed by this group of street stock drivers than I would have been in Indianapolis yesterday.
I agree. If you've got a competitive field of shopping carts, it's going to be exciting. And I think Mark Rinaldi said it best. He said you need a good enough field that when you get in long green stretch runs, you still have meaningful passes. And we have that through the entire field here right now.
You aren't kidding. Ryan Beagle starting on the outside for this restart. He is the race leader in that red number 84, bringing it down to the green flag from Kyle McKenzie.
On it they go, through the middle. Beagle through the tough stuff, and that's not where you're supposed to find the bike, but he does just that and drives that Gen 3 Camaro away from Ryan Dinning.
Dinning fighting on the bottom, inching his way up the 84 machine, but if Ryan Beagle gets that car pointed the way he likes, he's getting a great drive off the corner.
Bailey still in the mix with Lemaire and Lampman to his left side. All Ryan Beagle right now, and Dave Small taking a good run out of turn number 2 towards the leaders. He takes it to the top side. Bleach through the middle, Sargent on the bottom.
How about Doug Anderson in that 72? If I'm not mistaken, we have all 4 tracks in the Duel in the Dirt series represented here in the top 6 or 7 cars.
Pretty cool when you think it's home track rules here tonight, and they can all be that close. Here they come, back through 3 and 4. Still the 84 RK of Ryan Beagle. Ryan Dinning in the number 8, running in the second spot with Dave Small rowing that boat as hard as he can up on the high tide.
Dave Small is driving the wheels off of that car. It reminds me of the kind of run we see out of Derek Lemaire. He's not babying that car at all. He is manhandling it around the racetrack.
And same like Bailey was earlier, driving it straight up to whatever little bit of cushion might be left. Not finding much, but he goes by Dinning in a blast out of turn 4.
Dave Small with a great run. He drives into turn number 1 way up the hill, but then he comes down the hill with that big run down the back straightaway. He has got to be winding out the engine under the hood of that 7 machine.
And Ryan Beagle absolutely pulling away here from Dave Small and Ryan Dinning. Sargent, the master of the slick stuff, working very good in the 25. He's up to 4th with Doug Anderson holding on to 5th.
Derek Lemaire battling with Jay Liverance further back in the field. That's a battle for 9th and 10th. It's funny to watch, not funny, but it's fascinating to watch a driver from the outside converge with a driver coming off the inside of the racetrack, because they're actually going opposite directions going onto the straightaway.
To the halfway point we go. This time off of turn number 4. Ryan Beagle leads them to the cross flags from Styx McKenzie up there in the basket as they bring it back to 1.
25 laps down, 25 laps to go as Jason Fontaine makes a pass on Dave Bailey going out of turn number 4. They're now down through 1 and 2. Ryan Beagle with about 8 car lengths between himself and Dave Small.
Now if you're Beagle, Adam, what's the plan? Just hit the marks. Remember, if you're new here, they don't have rear view mirrors. He doesn't have a spotter. He has no idea where they are behind him or where they might be sticking their nose.
There's a couple trains of thought. You can use different lines and see where your car works, or you can do what Ryan Beagle's done. He's running the line that got him to the lead, and you might as well keep running it until someone shows a nose and someone shows that there might be a faster lane on the track. So he's going to settle in. Lap traffic, if this continues to go green, they're about 5 laps from encountering lap traffic, and it's going to be heavy.
Fontaine and Bailey doing battle as they get into 1 with Rob Disher to their inside as they bring this one back down their back straightaway. But your leader is already into turn number 1 and closing on the back of the pack.
Ryan Beagle stretching out that lead along with Dave Small. The 2 of them are pulling away from the 8 of Ryan Dinning, the 25 Ken Sargent, the 72 of Doug Anderson, a Brighton Speedway regular in that beautiful yellow 72. But here comes lap traffic. Rob Hoskins in the 37, the 90 of Vince Fargnoli, the 96 of Steve Shaw, the 53 of Logan Schwedick, all right in front of the race leader Ryan Beagle. But I think his line is going to be an advantage over Dave Smalls as they approach the lap cars.
Business is about to pick up here for the lead as Beagle going to have to pick his way on through. Small also going to need the quick way through the pack. They get around the Ohsweken 37 underneath Fargnoli and up underneath Shaw, and Small will gain some ground now.
Wow, Small definitely did. I thought he was kind of limited to running the outside in that 7 machine. He drove down to the bottom, and I think he went even faster.
Dale Callan just giving me a nice tidbit of information. This is the first year Ryan Beagle has had a crate motor at him. He's been running a home-built motor the past few seasons here on dirt.
Well, and crate engines are the way to go. Frank Turkey said the same thing to me this morning. He said, you know, with the crate engine, we're just that much better out there. We can really compete with the others. Problems just in front of the race leader Beagle with Melissa Miller, Blake Bomberry, and Kyle Pelrine. They all got together through 1 and 2.
And Dave Small has closed up the gap. 1 car length in the rear here of Beagle. Trying to make a run to the top side. Beagle's going to have to get up there and block, and he does just that.
And I don't even know that Beagle knows he's there. He was just going up the racetrack trying to see where these slower cars ahead of him were going to go, and he had to lift. He had to lift there in turn number 2. That allows Dave Small to the outside.
And they're going to have to tiptoe around the outside of Miller, Bomberry, and Pelrine. And as they do that, Small pulls alongside the RK84 for the first time here tonight. 15 laps to go next time by.
34 laps into this race, and they were 4 wide down the front stretch. 2 lap cars, the 2 race leaders leaving no holds barred in this battle for the win.
Small still got something under the hood there as he rockets off of turn number 4. Chasing back to the outside, taking a run here at Beagle.
Well, and Beagle now knows there's somebody out there running fast laps just like he is, because he saw the 7 of Dave Small. He'll continue to run that line. He's pretty married to the bottom of the racetrack. Dave Small has a lot of clay to work with as he works the top side.
Adam, I don't think I'd be lying if I told you I didn't think we'd be talking about Ryan Beagle and Dave Small at this point of this race.
I'll tell you, they haven't turned a wheel wrong. Whoa, one goes around right in front of the race leaders. We are under yellow.
Problems down there in turn number 4 for the Club 54 tobacco number 7 of Jason Garrow. And now the leaders will get to take a breather here. 14 laps to go.
So with 14 laps remaining, I don't believe lap traffic should be a factor anymore. Unless somebody has a problem on the racetrack and loses some track position.
Lights out, coming to green. And Doug Leonard giving instructions to the lap cars, saying, lap cars, be courteous of the drivers racing for position behind you. Here they come, and remember, as soon as the leader drops on the gas, right now, everybody can go from any position all the way through the field.
Ryan Beagle had gone up the banking just a little bit, forcing Dave Small up the racetrack. Gave himself a lot to work with as they took the green. Ryan Denning doing a great job getting around the slower traffic. Gets all the way up to second place, but now Dave Small will pass him once again.
Through turn 4, Beagle with the run. Oh, Denning nearly gets around. He's got problems. Flat right rear. No, just very loose out of 4.
Very loose. We're seeing lots of bumper tag back through this field.
Lampman with problems at the 28 comes up very slow on the outside of 2. He's going to try and limp back to the pits, but he ain't going to make it.
I don't know. Jim Lampman stopping on the outside of turn number 2. I know it's a big deal, the duel in the dirt, but get off the racetrack. It's not your night. I really like Jim Lampman, Clint. He's a great guy. He's a heck of a race car driver. But when it's not your night, it's not your night.
Well, tough break for Jim Lampman. He will head back to the pits with 12 laps to go in this one. How about after? He said, how about today? And now at night it's working. So great service over there. We're ready to go, Adam. Still 12 to go here in the Brock Leonard Memorial. $1,000 payday would be huge for the top 2 right now.
Ryan Beagle with the lead again, moving up the racetrack. Now we'll get on the loud pedal, come down through the tacky stuff out of turn number 4, lead the way into the first turn.
Sargent with a good blast here up underneath a couple of these lap cars. Bleach working down in the middle, so is racing Jason Fontaine. Down the backstretch.
Logan Schwedick goes around on the front bumper of Liverence. He's going to get that car going once again up in turn number 2. They're digging for the bottom of the racetrack right now, Clint. That seems to be the preferred way around, and they'll use their bumper to stay there.
10 to go. Next time off of turn number 4 for the leader, Ryan Beagle. As he works it around, he'll see 2 fistful of 5s from Kyle McKenzie, our starters. They work it here down the front straightaway.
10 laps to go in the Brock Leonard Memorial. The battle for 5th with Doug Anderson in the 72 on the inside of the X of Bill Bleach. They're racing behind the lap car of Blake Bomber. Here goes Christopher Hale to the inside in the 79.
Top 3 still Beagle, Small, Dinning. Then behind them, Sargent, Billy Bleach Jr., and I think it's the 79 of Hale unofficially.
Yeah, Hale is really quick, working his way up through this field into the top 5. And look at Dave Small out of turn 2 like he's fired out of a cannon.
Small's going to need something different here to upset the apple cart of Ryan Beagle.
He's got to run this time to the outside of turn number 1.
Car still running good there for Dave Small. I believe second is still $5, double what a normal race would pay. So no small potatoes there either.
You're absolutely right. As Dave Small trying to find the line that'll get him to the outside of Beagle and get him enough momentum to come around the nose of the 84 machine. Right now the 84 can dictate the line in and out of the corner. The 7 can close in and get up alongside, but he's got to be able to roll around the front of the 84 machine. Here he goes. He's going to come down the hill out of turn 4.
Yeah, he had a heck of a run there last time. Gets the nose on the inside of Beagle, but I don't know if Beagle knows he's there. Mike got a little bit on the peripheral vision out the left side, but you can bet Small's going to do it again here through 3 and 4.
I'll tell you, Small has left no stone unturned. He's going to do it again. Up to the outside of 3, drive down the banking out of turn 4. Doesn't get the run this time. There's 5 laps to go.
One thing about this Gen 3 Camaro type, that Beagle's running at him, it's got a natural torque arm built in from the factory, and it does get a lot of bite on these slick tracks.
Well, it does so, that's for sure, and they are closing in on some slower traffic. That's Steve Shaw directly ahead of the race leader Ryan Beagle in that 96, and his car has been terribly loose.
Swinging it down through turn 2 is Ryan Beagle. Small with another good blast off the bottom. Taking a run here as they come back through the middle, but Small pushes up in 3 and 4, and Beagle able to drive away.
Yeah, Beagle cautiously worked through 1 and 2, but it paid off because he could run 3 and 4 exactly the way he wanted. They're going to see 2 laps to go this time out of turn number 4. Vince Fargnoli just ahead of the race leaders.
There's a shocker going on here tonight. We all would have lost money on this one, I think, as Beagle brings it off of turn number 4. 2 to go from Kyle McKenzie. Dave Small running out of time.
That was a big move for Ryan Beagle to clear the Fargnoli number 90. It gave him one more set of turns out in front of Dave Small where Small could not mount a challenge. They're coming to the white. Small is up the hill. Watch for him to carve that 7 machine down to the bottom of the racetrack to try to get a run.
Gonna take a big bobble here from Ryan Beagle to give up this one to Dave Small. Down the back straightaway they go for the final time here in the Brock Leonard Memorial. What a fantastic race it's been. Adam, bring us home.
Dave Small this time drives to the bottom of the racetrack going into the turn. He's got one last shot. Ryan Beagle going to win the Brock Leonard Memorial. Dave Small comes home second. Rounding out the top 3 is Ryan Dinning in the 8 machine, the 25 of Ken Sargent fourth, and Christopher Hale with an impressive 5th place run. What a battle, race fans. Behind the victory lane. Getting unstrapped from the race car right now is the driver of the 84 RK Ryan Beagle. Doug Leonard making his way down to victory lane in the race that commemorates his father, Brock Leonard. He's going to present the trophy. But race fans, give him a round of applause for his first trip to victory lane here at Ohsweken Speedway, Ryan Beagle. Ryan, you were pretty happy with the podium finish here a couple of weeks ago, but how about a win in the Brock Leonard Memorial, $1,000? What a battle. Talk about that race.
A couple times. I didn't know how where he was running or anything, but we're here.
Well, I'll tell you where he was running. He was running everywhere on the racetrack. He was looking for racing room, trying to get the forward bite. You were so steady each and every lap off the corner. Who do you got to thank for this win?
Oh, I got to thank my dad. Most of all, RK Automotive, Port Dover Auto Parts, Stadies Auto Sales, S Auto Tech, Wicks Filters, Shaw Motorsports. They've helped me out a ton. Tom and Janet Brown-Lee are in the stands. They got me started racing, helped me out a lot, and I don't know, I can't remember them all.
I think you did a pretty good job. Folks, give him a big round of applause. Ryan Beagle with the Brock Leonard Memorial win. And Clinton, I want to talk to you about something. There is not very many marks on the 84 machine of Ryan Beagle. I haven't seen every race this year, but I like the way he does business.
Nice clean runner, been very good for many years. Let's get in and have a word with Dave Small, our second place finisher, Adam.
Dave Small, I think for you to find any other line on this track that you didn't use, you would have had to drive up the wall on the front straightaway. Man, you tried everything.
Yeah, we were digging really hard, and I think I was a little better on the longer runs, but he was definitely better on the shorter runs, and those last few cautions definitely killed my momentum there a bit. But all in all, I can't be any happier to go from 14th and run that strong. In my books, that's a win.
There you have it. Dave Small ecstatic with a second place run in the Brock Leonard Memorial. And Ryan Dinning, third place run. Where could you find some speed to keep up with those two?
I don't know. I had to be able to get out of the corners to be able to keep up to these two. I was good getting down the straightaway. I just couldn't get out of the corner to keep up with them. They were driving away. So congrats to Ryan Beagle and Dave Small. They both beat me tonight.
How exciting is it to come to a race like this? And how many cars were there, Clint? Was there 36, 38 Thunderstocks? And they were all darn good.
Yeah, it was a great race. I mean, hats off again to these guys. I couldn't have done anything different. Maybe in the pits earlier, but not once we were out there.
There you have it. Ryan Dinning with a solid third place finish to start the Duel in the Dirt series. Clinton, Jeffrey, what a show.
Yeah, like I said, if we had talked about it earlier, I don't think those two would have been the one we would have been betting on, but kudos to them. What a fantastic run. And I think the track was so different than what we've seen. We have not seen it this slick, this smooth, no cushion all year long. We've been fighting weather every night. So for these guys to have conditions like this, I think our regular guys were a little bit taken aback by what they had here to play with tonight.
You make a great point. And let's get to it. We got an 8-lap dash for the Crate Sprints. These guys just raced 50 laps for $1,000. The Crate Sprints are going to drive 8 laps for $1,000.
Not to mention an amazing class of sprint cars tonight, too. We got 2 races to go. It's going to be absolutely killer. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? His first Ohsweken feature win. An absolutely huge one. How about a major round of applause for Ryan Beagle and all the Thunderstocks here tonight?
Ryan, congratulations. That was a hell of a drive.